says, do you think YouTube is as marketable / relevant now that Instagram Reels and TikTok seem to be getting more attention? If so, how does one market on YouTube? It's a great question. Bruce, let me go ahead and jump into that for you. Couple quick distinctions real quick with regard to Instagram Reels and TikTok, which I do agree right now are getting a lot of attention. They're getting a lot of views, a lot of likes. The thing about that is, you could definitely put some money behind those and get some activity with regard to Instagram Reels and TikTok. But if you're not paying for it, you're just sort of getting whatever organic traffic comes your way. So that may or may not be relevant traffic. You may be getting a view or a like from somebody all the way across the country. And if you're trying to promote your local business, it's great to get that view or the like, but it doesn't necessarily help you promote your local business or help you maybe gather a new customer. So nothing wrong with organic traffic, though. And obviously, we'll take all that we can get in most cases. That being said, you just have to take that into account when you're seeing those likes and you're seeing those views, that not all of those would be in your local area. Now, what we've tried to do with some TikTok stuff with some of and Reels with some of our clients is we utilize the organic traffic to understand which videos or which Reels are resonating with people. And then we go ahead and come behind that and spend money in a very targeted way in their area. So we're sort of allowing the organic results to sort of, for lack of a better term, pick the winners for us. If we put out a handful of Reels during the week and one really takes off and the others do okay, we sort of decide, well, maybe we're going to put money behind the one that really took off because the organic results sort of showed us that that's actually something that's resonating with people for whatever reason. Because again, in digital marketing, we're not always 100% the experts. Sometimes we have to let the data drive us and tell us what's winning with people. So if a Reel's doing really well organically, that may be an indication that might be one we want to put some money behind because it may do well when we start, better than an average video when we just put money behind it because the organic results are already telling us that it's doing well. So that being said, you can do targeted ads behind Instagram Reels and TikTok. And I would advise, if you're going to utilize those platforms, to look for opportunities to do that. Now, back to the original question, which was, do you think YouTube is still relevant or marketable today? I want to state one thing right out of the gate. YouTube is still the number 2 search engine in the world behind Google, and Google owns YouTube. So Google basically has the number 1 and the number 2 search engine in the world. So whenever you got that much attention or you have that many people utilizing the platform, I'm going to, of course, say that it's something that, is marketable or relevant. Now, the question is, how do you utilize that? Obviously, there's a lot more traffic on YouTube. So where you used to be able to get a lot of organic traffic on YouTube, that's becoming harder and harder to do. However, one of the things with YouTube with regard to Google AdWords, you can actually advertise on YouTube utilizing one of your videos. And you can do what's called a pre-roll video, which is you can put a video. If you've ever watched a lot of YouTube and you're not using a paid service with YouTube, you've noticed that you get those ads up front. When you're trying to click on a video, a lot of times you'll get an ad that you have to, after 7 seconds, hit the skip button for. Those are called pre-roll ads. There's also mid-roll ads in larger videos where halfway through the video, they may run an ad. So those are the areas you would want to place your video. Now, you can target those videos on interest demographics, like what people are interested in, and you can also target them geographically. So where that comes into play is you could take a YouTube video and you can actually target it just to your area on people that are watching videos related to automobiles, let's say. So you could target the interest demographic automobiles within a 10-mile area around your shop and place your video as a pre-roll or a mid-roll or things like that in your area. That allows you to take that YouTube video and really get some local traffic for it and put it in a place where, if you're trying to, if you think that your product would resonate with somebody that's interested in automobiles or car reviews or things like that, So if they're watching reviews on certain cars, that's a pretty good buying indicator that maybe that person that's watching those is looking to buy a car. So if your product or service is related to selling to somebody that's in the process of buying a car, that might be a very relevant audience to do a pre-roll ad to. So again, you're going to target people that are watching car reviews, and you're going to target a radius around your area so that you can get in front of a lot of those people that are looking for cars. So back to the original question that Bruce asked is YouTube still relevant, and how does one market? Hopefully I've kind of answered that. Again, you have to be very strategic in how you do things. You always want to do it in a targeted way. You never want to do it in just a blasted way, like just putting it out there for everybody to see. You want to try to use some logic, like I just walked you through, with regard to how you might want to target that. And I think if you do that, you can get very good results. We've actually had clients where we've been able to get views of their videos for less than a half of a penny per view. So that's not always the case. Sometimes it's 2 cents, 4 cents per view or whatever, but there's a lot of times that we can get a tremendous amount of views on the video for a very reasonable amount of money. And that's where I think you would utilize YouTube. I do think there's opportunities with Instagram Reels and TikTok. Just be aware that when you're putting out organic content, a lot of those likes and a lot of those views may not be coming from your area. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's still a positive indicator for your view. But if your interest is driving actual business, those metrics may not result in additional business to your local business. It may, but again, just realize that we utilize again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we utilize that data, the organic data, to sort of help us figure out what videos we may want, or what reels, I should say, we may want to put money behind, because we've already seen that video or reel is resonating with people. So hopefully that answers that question. I tried to approach it from a couple different angles. Bruce, I appreciate you sending it in. If you have any follow-up questions, please send them in to me. I'd be happy to follow up. And either this episode, if you're here live, you can throw it in the comments, or you could send it to me directly like you did the question, and we would make sure we get those answered. So